I know some of y'all who don't know me were like, wait, is that a girl who looks like a man? Or a boy who looks better than my man? Do I bash it or have sex with it? I know, I can't see none of y'all. Y'all look dark like the Tamil people at the conference. Honorary Tamils, make some noise. Am I Tamilaka? Let me hear you. There's more non-Tamils in the crowd than there's Tamils? Tamil people, make some noise! I got scared for a second. My name is Dilo, and I'm attached to a wire. But I think I'll just be right here. I might look smaller, but anyway. So basically, I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about my life, and then we've had technical difficulties in case you haven't seen or heard rather, and so we're just gonna do it super punk rock style aesthetic and just kind of plug things in along the way. And that's Pony, who's helping us. You might recognize Pony from her kundi crack right here when she was fixing. We love you. She just flipped me up. That's alright. So anyway, I was born in Queens, and then my parents took us both, me and my sister, to Lancaster, California. And I know some of y'all know Lancaster. I'll say that's enough. But anyway, for the people who don't know, there were so many of us Sri Lankans in Lancaster that they dubbed the city Sri Lancaster. So anyway, and immigrants, we like to do this thing where we like to recreate what it was like on the motherland, but here in the western part of the world. Like my appa was like, we have like a full garden filled with vegetables, Appa's like, you're not going to waste water in this house. You're going to take a bucket bath. And like, I grew up doing this. I took my first shower today up in the dorms. It was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. I think I might continue. But my appa was also like, look, we didn't come to this country so that you can play a fool, huh? You're going to study, and you're going to keep studying, and you're going to keep studying until you become a doctor, and then you're going to keep studying until you die. All of y'all can relate, right? Yeah, making fun. My appa was also like, and you don't waste water and you don't waste electricity. If you need to go to the refrigerator at night, just on the light, go to the fridge and come back. Or else, don't on it, just keep it off, just open the fridge, there's a light. Because going green is just a fancier way of saying being immigrant. So my appa, it was very strict. My amma was also really strict. They both didn't let us watch TV growing up. And like when you're little and you want to watch TV, it's like, like there's kids in kindergarten going, oh my God, Tom and Jerry is my favorite cartoon. And I'm like, me too. What's a cartoon? And then sometimes like we would sneak off and watch TV in the middle of, like on Saturday mornings, and we'd be like this close to the TV because Amma's in the back, she's painting, my Amma's a painter, and whenever she paints she gets into her little la la land. And any painters in the crowd? One? That's a crazy motherfucker. Anyway, this is not call and response, okay? Well, actually it is. Anyway, so we're like this close to the TV, right? And so, and we'd have to be like this close to watch it, but like the volume would be really low, so we'd be like looking, listening, trying to catch up, And then Amma would come in and she's like, what are you doing? I told you not to watch the TV. If Amma finds out that you're watching it, I told you. And then she'd start to stumble over it. And then we go, come on, let's go. So we run off to our room, and then me and my sister, I'd be like, Krishani, remember Amma was just like, and she's like, no. And then she was like, laughing. And then Amma heard us. And she rolled up on us, gangster. She was like, oh, you want to make fun of me, huh? And she proceeded to beat us, but you know, with that special way that is through the melanin skin of our ancestors with the syllables, don't you ever make fun of me again, huh? Huh? She's like, okay, oh my shit, stop talking. Look at funny. It's as if you were Sri Lankan. And Amma also didn't let me play in the front yard because where we grew up there was the KKK and Ku Klux Klan for anybody who doesn't know. I just take a lot of that white stuff. That's who they are. I don't know if that's real Hebrew food. Is it? Is it? Oh, just kidding. Don't worry that. Just kidding. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you watch National Geographic. I don't know. Anyway, so Amma didn't let me play in the front yard, and so I would beg her to play in the front yard, and it was because she was worried that like people would do drive-bys, stealing little dark Sri Lankan kids off the front lawn because little dark Sri Lankans were the hot commodity in the early 80s. But anyway, so I begged Amma, can I please play in the front yard? She's like, no. Amma, please, I'm tired of riding my bike thousands of times in circles in the backyard, Amma. No. Amma, please. And I do that thing, you know, little kids do, Amma, please. I want to play in the front yard. And she'd be like, okay. But she was like the government to the Native American and indigenous people. She's like, okay, you can have this little strip of land, and while you play, I will watch. A little bit about, I told you about Lancaster. I'm trying to do like a super duper fast set. Why? Because time hille. So I came out to my parents as gay first, and then I came out to them later in another. I'll tell you that story. And then I finally came out as transgender. Now, this is not the serious part of the show. I was just trying to handle my snot because I'm sick. So what happened was that I was a senior in college, right? And Appa calls me and he's like, Dilo, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, Appa, what's going on? You don't know what the hell you're going to do after college. You have to get married. You're trying to arrange my marriage, Appa? Thank you so much, but really I'm okay. Thanks, Appa. I had to go. Wait. What's the problem, huh? There are 2 doctors in North Carolina. But really, I don't want to get married. It's okay. Like later, we can talk about it later. No. Wait. You have a boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend, Appa. What's the bloody problem? They are brothers. You can pick which one you want. Swear that happened. But really, I'm totally okay, thank you so much. What, do you have a girlfriend? Well, what had happened was, what are you trying to tell me, that you're gay? You're not gay, I know you're not gay, don't tell me you're gay, are you gay? I think you're asking a question you don't really want to know the answer to. No, don't tell me you're gay, you are not gay, I know you are not gay, are you gay? Yes, Appa, I'm gay. No, you're not gay. This was back in the day when phones could. Y'all don't know about that. So then 2 minutes later, Amma gives me a call. Dilo, so Appa just told me doing something. And so, oh God. I'm a what? Dilo, are you a gay? Yes, I'm a gay. For how long have you known that you're a gay? I'm a pretty much all my life. Who else knows that you're a gay? I'm a pretty much everybody but you. How do they know? I don't know. Now I'm going to keep this really transparent. It's so nice to be here in Toronto with y'all. I'm not killing time, really. I'm not. Yes, I am. So, because you know, you go to Sri Lanka and like everything is not Tamil, and then I have to go to India to Tamil Nadu where I can feel a little bit normal and pretend that I'm in a homeland. And then I come to Scarborough and I'm like, oh my God, Elam. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who would do that? Who would do that? I mean, like, you know, I know that it's brick ass cold here, but I'm like, y'all survived the fucking war. Cold is nothing. My cousins are in the house. You can clap for them. And it's coming. And when we are good, I'll let you use this mic for that. Maybe we'll just try to see if, no, we shouldn't. Okay. Come on yet? I'll tell you a joke in the time in between. Why does God make the crack in your butt go this way instead of this way? So when you go down a slide, it doesn't go. All the time people are like, chick! They don't even laugh. It's like all this guy is talking about his butts and good. I was talking to my little niece and I was like, do you understand Tamil? She's like, no. And I go, do you know some words? She's like, yeah. I go, okay, so what's butt? She's like, kundi. And I'm like, okay, what's fart? And she's like, oh, I know, couscous. everyone. How are you doing? So nice. Oh, I just get clapping like that. So nice of you. So I'm Dilo's mom. So nice to see you. Now I wanted to tell you a little bit about Dilo, because you all must be thinking he is crazy. I have a problem with the pronouns, so sometimes I will refer to Dilo as he, and then sometimes I might make a mistake and say she. Anyway, are you all gays? Oh, this is the Tamil crowd. Vanakkam, எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? Hi. All the fans love me. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my Dilo. So in 1999, Dilo told me that Dilo was a gay. Since then, Dilo has further told me that not only is Dilo feeling like a gay, Dilo is feeling like a little boy trapped in a woman's body. I tell you, we should have never left Sri Lanka. At first, it was all a shock to me, because as you know, we don't have the gays in Sri Lanka. Yeah, I watch the TV. I know what the gays look like. I see, Ellen DeGeneres and Rosie O'Donnell and even that tennis player, Martina Nevabalachandran. And even like Cher's son daughter is like Cher's son Cher, Sunny and Cher. Cher has a son daughter like Dilo. But you see, all of these are white people, and my Dilo's not even fair skinned, so I kept wondering what could have made Dilo a gay. At first, I thought it was my fault, I always let Dilo play with the G.I. Joes and the Tonka trucks, and one time Dilo played with his sister's Barbie doll and cut off all the hair and made it look like a Ken doll. Then after Dilo got the menses, I told Dilo, menses, periods, bleeding. So after Dilo got the menses, I told Dilo, no more playing with boys. But maybe I'm thinking, maybe I should have allowed Dilo to play with the boys. So otherwise, Dilo maybe would have acquired a liking towards them. But I decided it's not my fault. It's Dilo's father's fault. Yeah, they were inseparable, always playing together, mowing the lawn, putting salt in the grass, going to Home Depot. So one time, you wouldn't believe, both of them in the bathroom, while the father is shaving the face, the little one also shaving the face. But not with a razor, with the back of a toothpaste tube. Just pretending. But I think her father wanted a son so badly, he turned her into one. Then after the initial shock of hearing that Dilo is this way, I started to fear for her. Gays and trans, they get killed. I tell her, hey, leave a vote on country to come here and get killed, So then I always gave Dilo different advices. I told Dilo, listen, don't ever get involved in politics. It's for the birds. Don't ever play in the front yard. Don't ever play with the white children. What? Their parents could be KKK. I'm thinking, maybe I should have told Dilo, don't ever become a gay. Dilo was always very obedient. Nowadays I tell Dilo, listen, it's okay that you're this way, just don't tell anyone. And you know what Dilo tells me? Amma, that's back. They already know. Which is another thing, Dilo looks like a boy. I mean, who's going to want Dilo when they look like that? And I know that there are these gays and they don't look, you know that they are boy, okay, listen, this is very complicated. So, there are girl gays. There are girl gays, you see, they look exactly like girls and they are gay. I know. So I said, why don't you be a girl gay, not like this boy gay, you know? You know, this girl gay is like, you know, Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend, Beyonce. You know, I tell Dilo, you know, just grow out your hair, darling. Just grow that at least. Just even 1 inch. But Dilo always gets mad whenever I say, no, what mother doesn't want to see the girl child with the long hair, you know? And then, you know, when they get married, they can put a flower. So beautiful. And what mother doesn't want to see their daughter getting married? It is undoubtedly the happiest moment in a mother's life. It's a sign from the gods that the mother has finished the earthly duties and now the child must go with the husband's family. Maybe I wouldn't be so upset that Dilo is this way if my first daughter hadn't died. She's a very sweet girl, very feminine, long hair. It was a plane crash in 1991. And I used to curse the gods. Why you take my first daughter away? Why you leave me with one who's a gay? I know it's not what I should have been thinking, but he was very hurt. So I got a little depressed. But mother wants to see their child die before them. But I prayed very, 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 very hard, and I realized all this is my karma. For all the white people in the crowd, if you don't know what karma is, ask your neighbors. Some of them are Hindu. Anyway. All this is my karma, and you know, I should at least be happy that Dilo is a good person, no? And you know, it's also good that Dilo is that way because you know, whenever we go traveling, Dilo is the one to carry all the bags and drive me and my friends around. Oh, he would have made a great servant boy in Sri Lanka. Anyway, at the end of the day, I may not understand all this gay or this trans business, but Dilo is my child and I must love him. So thank you. I am going to go and get Dilo. I have tied him up. your Amma's not as cool as mine. Wow, only some of y'all knew that Kia song. So, 2 more stories to go. So, and I'll make it quick. So the first one is that I had to come out again. I didn't know, see, because you know, if you come out once and say that you're like queer, you think that people would remember that shit? But like, but when people say that coming out is a process, what they really mean is people have selective hearing. because I had to come out again and I was like, Honey's like co-signing in the back. Honey's like my personal call and response. So then, oh, too much powder. Anyway, so I came to her house. So basically, I left after I came out. It was just better for both my parents and me. So I left and I went to New York. There's a longer story in that. You have to come for the longer show to hear it. Anyway, so then I come back to LA and I'm like, you know, I'm like, you know what, I'm stronger now. I'm not gonna, you know, deny who I am in front of my parents. And so, and then by this time, Amma stopped sending me to every holy man and holy woman trying to change me. Oh my God, we went to so many swamis, man. And all these swamis are like, queer is okay. I mean, they didn't use the word queer, but they're like, there is okay. Which made my Amma think that all of these swami people were like queer and celibate. You know what I'm saying? Of course, not all of them were celibate. So anyway, so then I go in and I say, Amma, you know, I just want you to know that girl that you met, Liza, that's my girlfriend. She's like, no. Amma, this is not a yes or no question. This is not even a question. What do you mean, no? No. I'm a what? No. No, it won't work. I'm a what? Why? It's been working fine for 2 years. I'm gonna marry this girl. No, no. I'm like, I'm a what? She's a Christian. I was like, it's not like her Amma's mad that she's dating a Hindu and now because of that we gotta go migrate somewhere for safety because of bad Hindu-Catholic relations. I'm like, we're queer. Like, nobody cares about us. I mean, they do, but in a bad way. I mean, nobody cares. It doesn't affect us. It's not, I'm a little queer, fucked. And to which she says, you know, she wanted to say, I'm gonna kill myself. Because apparently it was okay if I was a queer, but just not a functioning queer. And so I'm like, she wants to say, you know, I want to kill myself, but you know, she's Hindu, so she believes in reincarnation. So she says instead, I'm going to go to the Himalayan mountains and meditate forever. That's when you know your parents are really upset. When they like threaten you with meditation forever. So then, you know, it was tug of war a little bit. I was just like, okay, you know, it's okay. But she stopped talking to me. We weren't talking for a while. And then Appa, of course, was trying to be supportive. He was like, you know that girl, Liza, so that's your girlfriend? And I'm like, yeah, Appa. Oh, so I just wanted to know, is she of the same proclivity? What? I'm just asking, you know, is she of the same, you know, inclination? Are you asking if she's queer? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, but she's queer. Then I approve. I still haven't wrapped my head around that one. Like, you think that I would be dating somebody to know that I'm queer or that she's not down for this? Just to hold hands, maybe. Anyway, so finally, at the end of it, so this is what happened. This is my last coming out story. So there was a lot of stuff that happened, you know, back and forth, and up, you know, like different versions of us not talking to each other all the time. I mean, they knew I was good, I hope, but you know, it's hard, as it tends to be. So finally, in 2009, I decide to start my own rites of passage, because queer and transgender people, we don't have rites of passages. We don't have people ushering us through our life as adults in the way that reflects who we are and the gender that we identify with, right? So I got top surgery. Top surgery is a double mastectomy. Google it. So anyway, I hadn't talked to Amma for a while. I was like on tour a lot, and finally I'm like, you know what? I have to tell her these two things because I want my life to be of truth. So I'm thinking, okay, I gotta tell her two things. I gotta tell her first that I had a girlfriend. This is a different one. The other one broke my heart. It's okay, don't feel bad. And then the other one is that I had top surgery. Now, I walked in and I was like super nervous, right? And so I'm like, well, this is it. You know, I'm older now, I shouldn't care. And even though I know I always care. And I walk in and she's cooking tofu. And who was with you? It was Noshi and Tabi was with me. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay, Amma. Are you okay? Are you going to take the injections? Don't take the injections. It's not safe. Don't take. Amma, it's safe for the most part, but we can talk about that later. It's not like we can talk about. Are you okay? Amma, are you okay? Yeah. But then I got scared because then I thought this is the calm before the storm, and pretty soon there's gonna be tofu flying over the fucking place. So I come right round to where she's at, and I'm like, Amma, are you sure you're okay? And she's like, I need ginger. Okay, so we get in the car. I'm like, yeah, ginger, sure. And you're running low on your hot cocoa. She's a fiend for the hot cocoa. So I was like, you know, we'll go to the Trader Joe. There's a shop, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called Trader Joe. And so we go over there, and I'm tripping on the way there because I'm like, I just told my Amma, and she's just sitting there like listening to music. And then I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm scared. So we get to the Trader Joe, and I'm like, Amma. No, I didn't say Amma. I said, Amma, you go, we found the ginger and we're looking for the hot cocoa and we can't find it. So he said, Amma, you go up to the clerk guy and ask him where the hot cocoa is, and meanwhile I'll look in the back. So I do find it off in the corner somewhere, and I'm looking up and down the aisles as I'm walking through, and I can't find her. And you know how that happens? It's like when you're a little kid and you can't find your Amma and you're like, ah! Anyway, so maybe that doesn't happen. Anyway, so I'm looking for her, and then finally I see her near the hot cocoa with the clerk guy, you know, with Trader Joe. So I come up to her and I say, Amma, look, I already got the hot cocoa. And she looks up at Trader Joe, and she looks at me, and she says to him, oh, don't worry, he had already got it for me. I was like, yeah, and I was like, Amma. I was walking away and I'm like kind of chuckling. I'm like, Amma, and I give her a full hug because it's the first time I'm giving her a hug without like binding and stuffing socks in my shirt so that she won't be able to tell. And I'm like, Amma, you just called me he. And she's like, you're confusing me. That's my time. I love y'all. Thank you for listening to my story.
Sandra up on stage, and another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.